You know, let's
this
also,
is a flower.
I'm coming. Let's see also the character of our father. Yeah. That man can give crazily. He can support crazily. So this is just to make sure that I have sent my children to go and see this family. That does not mean that he's not going to see you. I still want to make that statement. Whether in Warrior or whether he came to Europe, that does not mean that he's not going to see you. But we cannot come here empty-handed. This is just this very token. We cannot come here empty-handed.
So,
look,
you know let me. We cannot come and greet you just like that. No, it's not possible.
So when you are coming, you carry
everything.
Yes.
Please, I want to. You know what he said? You know, he told me. Well, yes, in December last year, he said, "Give them 1 million. Give 1 million here, 1 million there." You understand? That was what he told us. He told me, and he also told everybody. So as you have received now, you have received the reward of the prophet.
That is
and
what it is.
you will see that right now that your life will turn around. You will find that that blessing is not the money, but it's the blessing that is in it that you are handling now. It's not only the multiplication and the fructification of that money, but in all aspects of your life.
Greetings, people. It's Mr. Pull the Trigger yet again on another episode of the Enlightenment series. So the purpose of this video, I'm not so sure if I'm audible enough or if you're not picking up, funny background sounds or music in the background. I could have chosen a quiet environment, but due to circumstances beyond my control, I just thought I should do this video because it's very important and I want to put this message across, and I want to, attend to something that is very pertinent, that I want to awaken the victims of charlatans and the victims of Jeremiah Omoto. So in this particular video, like the intro that we have just watched, it's the woman that I once mentioned from Germany, the woman that lost a child at Jeremiah Omoto's crusade. And when this woman lost a child, she came on live and she was not happy with the way this whole thing happened. And when I say lost a child, it was not a normal death. This child was fit, a 7-year-old boy, well, no any medical conditions, but she went to go and visit Jeremiah for one-on-ones. The same way Ruth Matthews, the crippled woman, lost a child. But the difference between Ruth Matthews and this woman in Germany is the child for the woman in Germany was found, but he was dead. And in the case of Ruth Matthews, her child has not yet been found. And when I spoke to Ruth, I recently spoke to Ruth Matthews, the crippled young lady. She's highly convinced that her child is still alive. When she spoke to me, I cried. That I feel my child every day. I see my child in the dreams. He's not happy. And I know Jeremiah Omoto has my child. That's how she feels. A mother is always connected to the soul and to the spirit of their child. That's what Ruth is saying. That I believe my child is still alive. And I don't know why Jeremiah Omoto does not want to give me back my child. But this episode is not about Ruth Matthews. This episode is about the woman in Germany that lost a child. And to just bring you an insight of the next episode that I'm going to do, do you know what Jeremiah is doing now? He recently posted a video and he used his cocoons, his minions, to try to damage Ruth Matthews' image. What they are saying now is Ruth Matthews was lying. Ruth Matthews came and apologized. And indeed, Ruth Matthews was taken aback. Again, I'm going to play you the video in the next episode. Actually, Ruth Matthews did another interview on Brekete Show. And on this other interview, there was now a policeman. And Brekete was there on their live platform. Now they were castigating Ruth. Now they were putting Ruth Matthews on the line to say, why were you lying? Why did you give us a false testimony? But Church of God, I want you to listen to me very carefully. Please. The people that we are dealing with here, they are vagabonds, they are charlatans, they are criminals. And they have all the money. We're dealing with billionaires. Billionaires can bribe their way out of anything. I don't know what they did to Ruth Matthews to take her back to that Brekete show, and then they accused her of lying, and she was apologizing on that show. I got so angry. And there are so many people that have been telling me that, no, Brekete is a man of integrity. There's no integrity there. There is no integrity there. I have been trying non-stop to reach out to the Brekete family for them to give me an explanation of how this story went, but they are hiding in their cocoons. They can't give me a proper response. They can't attend to my questions. They can't respond to everything that I've asked them about Ruth Matthews. They are literally ignoring every attempt that I'm trying to make to dig deeper into the case of Ruth Matthews, the crippled young lady that lost a child at Jeremiah Omoto's shrine. But I want to tell you, Ruth Matthews, that I'm going to fight a good fight. I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to bring justice to yourself. I'm going to bring justice to your little one. They might have bribed Brekete, but let me tell you something. There are certain people that cannot be bribed. No matter how much you try to hide the truth will always find its way back to the surface. Ruth Matthews was cornered. She was taken to that Brekete interview, whatever, TV platform, and they were accusing her of lying. They were saying that her story is not consistent. I will do that episode in my next episode, and they did an entire video to do damage control. A doctored video accusing Ruth Matthews that she's a liar. Church of God, where is the fear of God in us? Brekete, where's the fear of God in you? Even the bogus police that they took to that Brekete to go and accuse Ruth. You people, you are just a bunch of, compromised charlatans. I'm so disgraced by the love of money that people have. Everyone can tell it's money that played there. It's money. But that's a topic for the next episode. The reason why I'm shooting this video, the reason why I'm doing this episode is concerning the woman in Germany who lost a child at Jeremiah Omoto's crusade. Miraculously. By lost, I mean the child died. And in the snippet of the intro video, I'm going to play you the full video after this video that I'm playing right now. You see that delegation is for Jeremiah Omoto. They were sent by Jeremiah Omoto with money to go and silence this woman. I see it as silencing. I don't see it as a condolence, message, as a token to give to the bereaved. No, it was a token of silencing the woman, because the woman had come on live to expose how she felt and how she miraculously lost her child at Jeremiah Omoto's crusade. This is painful. When we get to the point whereby we think money can buy us out of anything. If you watch that video closely, or if you are going to watch this video closely that I'm going to play for you, you'll notice a few things. The husband did not want to take the money. The husband even suggested that, you know what? This money that you are giving to us, it's more like you are trying to buy us out. It's a show of guilt that you know what you did with our child. Now you are bringing money so that you try to... How do you console me with money when I have lost a child? How do you recover a child? How do you recover life? Once life is gone, it's gone. And it's gone forever. That child is gone. His soul, his spirit is crying. He was still young. 7 years old. His entire future robbed away from him. Simply because Jeremiah was attracted to the glory of that young child. The husband did not want. The husband even suggested that, you know what? It was even better for you to bring flowers and take them to the grave of my child, not to bring me an envelope with money. Not to bring me an envelope with money. But the gentleman had to force them. The gentleman had to make sure that they had to manipulate them. They had to move them from pillar to post. No, take the money. The senior prophet is doing this because he has love for you. What love does he have for the family if he took their child away from them? What love does Jeremiah Omoto have for this family if he robbed them of their beloved son? And there's one thing I want to tell you about occultic sacrifices. The reason why Jeremiah sent a delegation is because he will never show up himself and show himself, because the spirit of that child will fight him. If you look in any occultic ministry, the pastors or the prophets, they never attend funerals. I want you to take cognizance of this fact. The pastors and the prophets will never attend funerals. They'll never visit the homes of those people that have died, but they'll send delegations. They would rather give money to buy the soul, to actually sanctify and buy the soul of the person that has died by giving you money. But the moment you accept that money, you are signing another covenant with them, that the soul of my child that you have taken, it is well with him. May his soul rest in peace. Be careful when you accept money from charlatans. If you have lost your child in any of these occultic ministries, if you have lost your beloved member in any of these occultic ministries, when they bring you any form of support in financial terms, don't take it. You are literally exchanging. It's a transaction of you giving them the soul of your beloved one. And you are getting money, and that money will vanish. You never know what you used it for. The money that Jeremiah went to give this woman, I don't think they even remember what they used it for. Because it's money of it's blood money from the charlatan. It's blood money from the dark world. It lasts not for long. It just vanishes. It goes back where it's coming from. So that's one thing I want you to notice. That's why Jeremiah cannot even attend the funeral. That's why Jeremiah did not even manage to go and wish them well or give them condolences in person, because the spirit of the child was going to fight him. This you'll notice in every occultic ministry. They don't attend funerals. They don't. At this stage, you realize that being stuck in Roman Catholic, your old traditional churches is far much better. Because the fathers, they'll come and they'll mourn with you. The fathers, they'll come, they'll conduct, in my language, we call it Misa. They'll conduct a service themselves. They'll go with you to the graveside themselves, because they have no part in the death of whoever that has gone away. But in occultic ministries, the pastor will never show up. The prophet will never show up, no matter the weather. Show me one instance where an African prophet ever showed up for a funeral. The reason why they don't show up is because most of the people that die in occultic ministries, they are sacrifices. People see them as normal deaths, but they are not. That's why the death rates in occultic ministries is high, very high. Some of the deaths may not be announced, but they are dying every week. Every now and then there's a death. Every now and then. That's why I always tell you to protect your families from these occultic shrines. So Jeremiah sent his delegation to go and force these people to accept the money. And I'm sorry for the family. I know this is a sensitive issue, but I wish you had not accepted that money. I wish you had not accepted that money. Had you not accepted that money, you were going to see the spirit of your living child fighting Jeremiah Omoto. You could have witnessed the fight that your 7-year-old was going to bring to the kingdom of darkness of Jeremiah Omoto. The fact that you accepted that money, you diluted, you neutralized the entire threat. Because these kids are holy, these kids are pure. They are still not yet stained. They don't have any sins on them. That's why these charlatans target them. Because they have so much glory. Once you make a sacrifice of an innocent child, his blood is too clean and his entire destiny is bright. So them giving you money is like a trade now. It's you confirming that, okay, what you did was noble. I know you were unconscious. You did not know this. That's why they say people perish because of lack of knowledge. And this knowledge I'm bringing to you is knowledge that you can never put into perspective or understand unless you have a revelation. Have you ever questioned yourself why kids go mysteriously missing in these churches? Why do they target kids mostly? Because these children have a brighter future and they have so much glory. They have stars. Their stars are still bright. Our stars are dimming now because we've been sinning. We've been doing a lot of, bad things. And it has, clouded the shine that we have. We are confused people. So they can't mostly target older people because older people, it's a waste of a sacrifice. But kids are precious to them. They're very precious. So if you happen to lose your child in one of these occultic shrines, in Jeremiah Omoto's shrine, it's better you don't take their money. And you'll see how that child will fight back. You'll see how these charlatans will be humbled by those sacrifices. But once you accept their money, you have neutralized the threat to them. That's why when they come to your compound, when they come to the funeral, when they send delegations to the funeral to come and give you money, it's you buying your souls as well, so that the entire threat that the child might pose to them will be neutralized. My parents in Australia, your child can't fight anymore because you took money from Jeremiah Omoto. You took money from the very same people that killed your child. You took money from the very same people that sacrificed your child. Your child was sacrificed. In as much as this is a sensitive issue, but I'm just bringing this to light so that the entire body of Christ can know and the entire body of Christ can be aware, so that the entire body of Christ can tread carefully. These things have been happening, and you know they've been happening. No one has just had the guts or the revelation or the audacity to bring them to your attention, but these things have been happening. Children's life has been at risk. The husband was not okay taking that money. He didn't want it, but they had to be forced. Senior Prophet Jeremiah sent us to come and give you this 1 million. They actually went with 2 million. The other million was for the other family because 2 kids died at that crusade. 1 million was for this German family of the 7-year-old, and the other family was given their own 1 million. And from then, this family has been quiet. They've never said anything about this matter. But I'm challenging you. I mean, you the ones that took Jeremiah's, money after he sacrificed your child. It's time for you to come out and challenge Jeremiah. What he did was not fair. The life of your child was precious. He took it away, and he gave you 1 million. What can you do with 1 million? That child was going to make billions for you. That child could have been the president. It could have been anything precious. But Jeremiah took him from you. He did. This is not rocket science. This is plain and simple. That's why I'm fighting this fight, so that we protect many innocent souls out there that might fall victim. And we put an end to this charlatanism, because a lot of lives are at stake. A lot of lives are at risk. For how long are we going to allow it to go on? Your children is next. You are fighting for charlatans. You are defending charlatans. Your child is next. And once you feel the pain of losing a child, then you will join this roller coaster. And then you will come on board and you also start fighting hard to expose charlatans. Most of you are comfortable fighting and defending charlatans because it has not yet happened to you. The day it does happen to you, your eyes will be open. And money will not be enough to make you stop crying. So watch this video of the delegation that was sent to go and silence the family in Germany so that they stop exposing Jeremiah Omoto. But next time, please don't take money from charlatans. Don't take any consolation fees or tokens of condolences that come from charlatans after you have lost a family member. Allow the spirit of those people that they have sacrificed to arise, and you'll see what will happen. That's why the child of Ruth Matthews is now, that's why the spirit of the child of Ruth Matthews is bringing more of these exposures. You see, the energy that I have and the passion that I have to bring justice to Ruth Matthews is because he did not take any money from these charlatans. And it's the spirit of that child, the spirit of that little boy that is now rising and fighting Jeremiah Omoto. And it is Ruth Matthews' case that will bring Jeremiah Omoto to his ruins. So watch the video.
No, does not matter.
No, you cannot stop. No, you cannot stand up.
Instead, you should sit. Maybe you can sit and hear me.
Yes, sir.
So you are the father of the house. So that's the thing.
But please, if I may say, I prefer, not that I'm just passing you for something. To me, I prefer in a situation like this, you people would have come with maybe a gift. In a very good day, I take it to the grave, drop it in the grave than this envelope. It's just like,
that one also we can do it. No problem. Here is here. This one is here. Me, I'm here. It does not matter.
That one can be done.
Come and do it, we'll do it. But see, brother, it is not me, it is not them. This is from Prophet Jeremiah.
Look, let me intervene also. You see, I understand, you are very right. But you see, we must differentiate cultures and traditions. You see, in our tradition, it's a bit different from the Europeans. So, as he understands it, that is okay. This is the equivalent to what you said. Drop it on the graveside. This is why he's presenting this one. That is why he's saying, okay, do also that one. You see, we live here. We know things, But you know, in Nigeria it's different.
Papa Godwin, my brother, you know, I told you I have shared this pain with the family. I know what went on. I was in that very burial ground. I saw all those very teachers. I saw those very people they came. One thing that I'm trying to say here now is this. Please, my brother, this is not maybe what you have to use to take care of a dead child. The boy is gone. But this is that very token to show relationship so that anywhere he appears and sees you, he will not feel guilt. This is just a token, not that if he sees you in Warri tomorrow, you are going the same. Or maybe you see he comes here and hear that this is the family, that he will just allow you to go the same. We are not here to pay for this very thing. Said, okay, this family, I cannot go to see you people empty-handed. Like what you're saying. Take the token, put it in there. That day, people
it's a token for the grave.
People put flowers to the grave. But this is to show that he's concerned.
I think this is our African way of showing concern.
I'm coming. This is just to show a concern that he cares about this very family. And I know him very well. If you appear in Warri tomorrow, I'm telling you, this is nothing. This is nothing. But this is just to say, my sons, please go there and represent me and don't go empty-handed.
All the children here is not only my children. You understand?
He's not enticing you with this. He's not enticing you with this. But he's just giving you from his mind, from his heart. This is not just because your child died. He can even still give you when he see you. You understand? So he can even still help you when the condition warrant. So it's not just because he give to this. No. So he's not enticing with the money. This is what I was telling you. The Bible says he that welcome the gift of a prophet, welcome the prophet. You understand what I mean? So if you welcome his gift, if you accept his gift, you welcome him in your house. Just like what Jesus said. He said, I came to your house, I knocked at the door. Whoever that opened the door for me, he will come in. Please.
And then we are Christians, you know. We are believers. You understand? That is a
like, we are not coming to pay for the
death of the child.
Sorry.
We cannot do that.
Just coming to, you know, because of he cannot come. That is why he now says, okay, please give. Even if you see him here, it's the same thing he will do to you. He will do for you. Anytime you see him, it's the same thing he will do for you.
He's a giver.
He's a giver.
He said, please. Before I told somebody, I said. It's a mark of forgiveness. That is of pardon. It's a mark. It's a mark of pardon. You understand?
God is
and God will sit down. God will sit down. You understand?
Somebody, you understand? Our tradition is a cult.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you cannot stand for that person.
No, like
when somebody stands for you like that, you
No,
first.
my brother, just this is a token. You know, let's
this
also,
is a flower.
I'm coming. Let's see also the character of our father. That man can give crazily. He can support crazily. So this is just to make sure that I have sent my children to go and see this family. That does not mean that he's not going to see you. I still want to make that statement. Whether in Warri or whether he came to Europe, that does not mean that he's not going to see you. But we cannot come here empty-handed. This is just this very token. We cannot come here empty-handed.
So,
look, let me.
We cannot come and greet you just like that. No, it's not possible.
When you are coming, you carry
Everything.
Yes.
Please, I want to. You know what he said? You know, he told me. Well, yes, in December last year, he said, give them 1 million. Give 1 million here, 1 million there. You understand? That was what he told us. He told me, and he also told everybody. So as you have received now, you have received the reward of the prophet.
That is
and
what it
you will
is.
see that right now that your life will turn around. You will find that that blessing is not the money, but it's the blessing that is in it that you are handling now. It's not only the multiplication and the fructification of that money, but in all aspects of your life, of the family. I say, I pray this over you in the name of Jesus.
You see, let me just stand.